everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time I'm meeting you. Yes, Yeah, today, what topic do we have today? It is about losing your conceptional thinking. Yes, these three words are the mind-blowing change in your life if you have not any experience about this. If it's your first touch with this, or even not, maybe you will find words in the following talks from me and from Eckhart that will bring you closer to understand the meaning behind it. Yeah, and I would really encourage you to listen to these few words from Eckhart that really give a wonderful explanation again, how to look at it. And from my point of view, it's really, that was my path of my from my teenager years to the years I am now. Because, for example, as a teenager, I remember I was really struggling many times with concepts I had in my head that I've had somewhere learned from my younger years, from what I heard from my family members and all. So, and from there I really had big fights inside of me, and that is what happens in teenager years to everyone, where you realize that all the concepts you have been told, you have learned in your childhood, that you are starting to realize that some are somehow not feeling good and not seeming to be correct, not seeming to be right, and you have an inner argumentation going on, an inner fight going on, almost. From some people it's more, and some it's better. Depends on how your childhood was. What kind of beliefs, thoughts you would have been given in your childhood. And I remember I had quite some tough ones. And then there will be the time where you have your own life, and you will realize that many of these concepts will just fall into pieces because they are not true for your own life now. You will make new experiences that don't match at all with any of the concepts. And that is a frightening moment, I know, from my experience, from my past. It can make you really get lost. So, but don't worry. After that phase, you will go further, and you will then realize that the new concepts are just new concepts. And you could even say you don't need any concept, because everything is possible. There is no concept. There is just the concept of that everything is possible. Realizing that phase where you change from, oh my goodness, it's all wrong what I've been told, to how should I deal with this? How should I go ahead now? What should I do? What is right? What is wrong? And then realizing there is no right, there is no wrong. There just is what is. And there's just the behavior, the feeling, the sensation of the moment, of a constellation of a life moment that is just there as it is. And you can always decide which kind of experience you want to make. You can go deep into manifestation, actually, to realize how much power you have to create the next thing that's going to happen. And then you really lose that concept from your old past. That has a beautiful power. Yeah. And with this knowledge, I want you first now listen to Eckhart's talk, as it's really wonderful. And then be excited about your free gift you will get in the end of this talk. So wait and just take that gift and transform anything that just right now is waiting for that transformation very deeply. It can be mind-blowing and life-changing in one moment. Yeah. And now relax, lean back, take that cup of tea or warm water and enjoy.
People say, I think, but that is usually not the case, because thinking happens to them. Mm-hmm. They have no control over it. So it is actually wrong to say, I think. It would be the same as you were saying, I'm beating my heart. You're not beating your heart. It's done for you. It happens to you. I was completely identified with the stream of thinking, which is quite normal, many people are. A lot of that stream of thinking was of a negative nature. So I did not experience the reality around me except through the veil of negative self-talk, the mental veil of negative labeling and interpretations. And what I consider to be my life, I hadn't realized until I disidentified, what I took to be my life was a narrative in my mind. I realized for the first time a dimension of consciousness within myself that was deeper, one could also say higher, depends how you want to look at it, deeper than thinking. Now this dimension of consciousness that's deeper than thinking, I now call it awareness, or I sometimes call it presence. And that exists in every human being, but most humans are not aware of it at all. They don't know that there is a deeper dimension of consciousness in them. And that dimension transcends thinking. You experience it when the mind becomes still for a moment. This is what people want to achieve, for example, when they meditate. Mm-hmm. It can also happen to you when you're engaged in a dangerous activity like mountain climbing. Then you cannot be involved in thinking. You have to, conceptual thinking stops, but you do not lose consciousness. Mm-hmm. So the important thing is there is a state of consciousness possible in humans where you are fully conscious without the activity of conceptual thinking.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eckhart, for your wonderful talk, for your experience, sharing your experience of your own awakening process. It's always really exciting to hear the different ways how you can become aware, realizing how life really works, and then being connected in a complete new level on, let's say, a new channel, a new sender, yeah, like a radio station. Now you have another radio station added to your channels, to your stations, and it gives different information. And then you can check out with the rest of yourself. Does it feel good or does it not feel good? What feels not good about it? Can you change something about it? And that's how your life shall just be. Curious, open, and limitless. Yeah? Take all the boundaries from that past that made you frightened, full of anxieties. Yeah, loosen it all up. Loosen these concepts, these conceptional thoughts firing through your head by itself. It's an automated program, so don't worry, but it's not you. You will then realize the disconnection from the thoughts to your actual being as soon as you can actively decide what you want to think. Yeah, and it's an act of work. Yeah, it's an act of effort to watching yourself about what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're just behaving. And the next step, to work on it. And this is all you can do. Work on yourself, and all the concepts will be gone and you will not miss them. It's okay for you that there is no concept for you. It's completely okay to live that freedom of conceptional less life. Yeah. It's the most beautiful thing you can ever experience. The joy from that information will continue to be inside of you, hopefully for the rest of your life. Yeah. That realization process is a process, and let it be a process. It could be a process that takes longer or goes faster, and this could depend on which field. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. In each field you have a different state of awareness, consciousness. It's completely fine. Just relax that. Enjoy it and relax into it. Yeah, and now I let you go into your day, and I want you to enjoy it, each moment that you're experiencing from right now after the talk. Yeah, and don't ever forget that you are the lottery win in your life and the life of all the other people around you. This is who you really truly are, without any concept behind it. And your free gift, I'm not forgetting about that one. What is it? It is a free coaching session with me that is transforming power, that could be mind-blowing and life-changing for you.